A second quarter labour force survey also notes that the Western Cape, Mpumalanga and KwaZulu-Natal accounted for the least work created, while job gains were registered in Gauteng, Limpopo and the Eastern Cape. Director at the Southern Centre for Inequality Studies, Professor Imraan Valodia, speaks to us now about his views on the extent of South Africa's jobless crisis. A good evening to you, Prof. It's no surprise really here, but your immediate reaction to a story in South Africa that is known all too well.
Yeah, I think these kind of the numbers that were announced today are not at all surprising. I think we will see fluctuations here and there around kind of around the 35% unemployment number. But what is a big concern is that we seem now to be losing more jobs than we're creating. So we seem to be going backwards, which is a real problem.
It is a serious concern, and you have also opined before that what is clear in this country and highly contested is what should be done to solve this problem. What do you mean by that? Are you then saying that there are no plans in place, or there just simply is no implementation or even efficient plans?
So I think part of the problem is that we're looking for short-term solutions to come to a problem that has deep structural kind of histories in South Africa. So as I kind of explained in the piece that I wrote, we have to understand what are the reasons why unemployment is such a vexing problem in South Africa. And I think there's a number of global and a number of national things that we need to take into account. One of the kind of international things is that kind of since the 1980s or so across the world, we've seen new forms of technology that are leading to a reduction in the numbers of jobs. So if we look back in history, there are some times where kind of new forms of technology actually increase the numbers of jobs. The time that we're living through is a period where kind of new forms of technology are kind of really kind of leading to a reduction in the number of jobs. So in that way, what is happening in South Africa is consistent with what is happening across the world. But then there are some specific South African parts of the story. If we take one example, for much of the apartheid period, what was done in areas that we used to call homelands was that any kind of economic and business initiative from Black people was really crushed by the apartheid state. Yeah. And I think those kinds of histories are important for us to take into account.
Absolutely. And as a parting shot, another matter of contention is that the South African labour market is overregulated. Now, this would cause issues with trade unions without a doubt if we were to use the likes of the US model as an example. Tell us about how that could be navigated here at home.
Yeah, look, so I don't subscribe to the view that the labor market's overregulated and that deregulation is going to lead to a big surge in the numbers of jobs, because I think kind of our problems with kind of unemployment are not really on the supply side of kind of the market. We have enough workers. They are looking for jobs. The kinds of interventions that we need are kind of interventions that are going to grow the economy in a particular way, which is going to enhance employment creation. So my sense of it is that the kind of essence of the problem isn't kind of a problem of regulation. It's a problem of economic growth.
Thank you so much for your input. That is Professor Valodia, Imraan Valodia, Director at the Southern Center for Inequality Studies, reacting to the latest in terms of the quarterly labour force survey released by Stats SA. South Africa's unemployment ticking up once again.